Have you caught yourself lately saying, there has to be more to life? There has to be more than the everyday struggle. There has to be more than the everyday mundane routines. There has to be more than my closed-minded family, than my job that I'm unsatisfied in. There has to be more. Have you been asking yourself that? If you have, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Hit that little the bell dinger thing because we're about to get real. I started asking myself that same question 2 years ago. There has to be more to life. There has to be more to life. I see other people living these wonderful, luxurious lives. And I'm not talking about on social media, because we know social media life isn't real. I had a growing, booming business in the construction industry. I had a marriage that looked great on the outside, but on the inside, I was miserable, unfulfilled. I didn't feel like my emotional needs were being met, but I still trucked on every single day because that's what we're supposed to do, right? Right. That's the normal thing. Not happy, but you have an okay life, stay there. Yeah, I wasn't gonna let that fly. I started challenging my thoughts, my beliefs, challenging societal rules. Where the fuck did these rules come from anyways? Who said 9 to 5 is the way that everybody has to live their life? Isn't it quite interesting that so many rules that we have in society? I have started asking, who made that up? You have to stay in an unhappy marriage. You have to have a lot of friends. You have to have all the shit to feel worthy, to look worthy, to be worthy. And yes, to answer your question, there is more to life. There's so much more to life. But we have been conditioned to believe that we have to stay in this tiny little mundane box of mediocrity. And going after your goals, forget that. Forget that. What happens if you fail? I'll tell you what, I had a goal of owning a huge construction business. And we closed the doors a couple months ago on it. Did I feel like I was a failure? Absolutely. Absolutely. The American dream, I let it go because I wasn't happy? That's unheard of. How many other people do you think are stuck in a business that they desperately want to get out of because it doesn't bring them happiness anymore, but they don't because they are afraid people are going to say they failed? It's not a failure. You know what a failure is if you never start or you give up. That is not quitting for your own mental health, for your own emotional health and physical health. Let's admit it. A lot of us are sick because we hold on to so much shit that we're not meant to. And then it becomes a plague inside of us. I will tell you what, one of the best things I did was close my business, 1,000%. I don't have the worry anymore. I don't have the stress. I came, I saw, I did. That is the mentality you should have. If you are not happy with something, so many of us think that we are meant to just stick with one job, one spouse, in one city all the time for the rest of our lives, which, don't get me wrong, that could be perfect for some people. Other people, though, they're experimenters, they're seekers, they're knowledge seekers. They want to explore everything. They're not meant to stay in one space for a certain amount of time. They're not meant to be with one partner. They're meant to explore. They're meant to live their soul's purpose. And I hope that's why you are here, to discover your soul's purpose. I will help bring that out of you, whatever that looks like to you. It looks different to everybody. Don't compare your journey to my journey. You'll learn my journey. I have no problem sharing it. But I want you to focus on you. I want you to focus right now. If you are unhappy in an area of your life, maybe it's multiple areas, think about it. Think about how happy you would be if you let that go, if you walked away from it. Guilt aside, trust me, you'll feel guilty at first. That's completely normal. It's because we've been conditioned that way. But then you'll move on and you'll say, oh my God, I can breathe. That was the best thing I have ever done, was leave that baggage behind. Just because you've been conditioned to believe a certain way doesn't mean that's actually your belief system. A lot of us are struggling with this right now. I know this. I see it all over Facebook. I have people DMing me all the time. Heather, what can I do about this? Heather, what can I do about this? So that's why I started this channel. For you. So you can get the answers. The real answers, not the bullshit answers your family and friends are going to give you. No, I'll give you the real answers. I'll tell you to walk away from a relationship if it's not serving you. If your needs are not being met, absolutely, go find true love. I will tell you to quit a job. Now, mind you, you have the power to do whatever you want in your life. Don't say, well, Heather said so. But I want to empower you to start making choices for yourself. We have the power to make a choice to choose a different life at any moment in time. We just have not been taught that. A lot of us don't even believe that. People don't believe that if they're unhappy, they can change it and like that. So this is your permission to just think about those problems where you're out of alignment, and you know where those are. If you don't, ask yourself. You have the most powerful instrument right here. Your body will tell you. Your mind will tell you. If you say, where am I out of alignment in my life? Listen very carefully. And a lot of us don't like to admit that because we don't want to face it, because we think it's this giant ordeal. It really doesn't have to be. That's just the stories talking in the back of your head. That's just your belief system, your ego, trying to keep you in a safe, comfortable space. Well, that did its job for a reason. You're not here to survive all the time. You're actually meant to thrive. You're meant to step into your purpose. You're meant to be happy. You're meant to be wealthy. Abundance is everywhere. We're not taught that. We're taught lack. Our entire society is based on a lack mindset. And then you find the few who got out. The few who said, hey, wait, I can actually change my mindset, my belief system, and that's going to change my thoughts, and that's going to change my habits and my behaviors. That's going to change my reactions, and that's going to change my actions. And overall, if you're not happy going that way, let's start thinking that way. That's what I'm here for. Let me know if you resonated with this message. Let me know what you're struggling with. You're not the only one. I guarantee it. Guarantee it. We just think it's so taboo that we have these problems in our lives because no one talks about them. We're going to talk about them. So if you have a question, feel free to write me. Write me down below. There's a link to my email. Let's get real. And then let's start having a really happy life. That's our birthright. It really is. We weren't born to be these negative Nancys all the time, hating on everybody. No. We were born to co-create. We were born to share love. We were born to help each other expand the universe. But society doesn't teach us that. So let's unlearn all these awful behaviors that we have been taught, and all these awful beliefs that have been shoved down our throats and in our minds. And we've been so conditioned to believe that there is absolutely no other way than this. Because there is, and I will show you that. Thank you so much. Again, make sure you like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment, show me some love, and I'll see you next time on Dear Heather.